All right, let's get this going. This whole trading week so far for me was like a freaking disaster, man. But today has been a one hell of a story. I made 3 to 4x on Euro USD, and then lost like 5x on Euro USD, and then I lost another 1x on GU, and then I made most of it back. I'd say about 4x. So I guess 60% of it or 75% of it I made back on the other trades I had today, which is like insane. I still got two trades going, which is Euro USD and AUD CAD. I'm not letting go of Euro USD yet. It's at like a pretty good fucking level. But the point is, man, this is the kind of shit. Like last week sucked. Look at this shit, okay? Last week I was in huge positions for Nasdaq, and I just ate shit because it's like just a massive liquidity grab or whatever the fuck you want to call it, massive candle bullshit. Like this guy, man, this guy, it took out all of my stop losses. I got in like the perfect entry right here. You can see it. Look at that, man. Perfect entry right here. I got greedy and I'm like, fuck that. I'm not stopping here. And I moved it up all the way. And I got to right here and then I fell asleep. And that's the cost of falling asleep. That's why I'm telling you guys, you don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep, man. If you fall asleep, you're going to fuck up your trade. No, I'm just kidding. You got to be able to sleep. But what I'm starting to do now is put in my stop losses at break even, or at least at the earliest position I have, right? So even if it goes fucking bonkers like it did now, it's not going to go up. Unfortunately, two of the positions I put didn't have a stop loss because I was like fucking half asleep and I totally forgot, and it destroyed me because I had this channel. So I'm like, even if it comes back down here, I could deal with that because there's this key level right here, like between these two little bars. You see that? You see this little bar right here? So that's a key level. So I'm like, okay, if it bounces here, and this was in the middle of the night, I could probably, either enter a position again or close it, but holy shit, it went all the way down here. So anyway, long story short, I made my money back, man. So check this out, right? I had this Euro USD bullshit happen where I made a mistake, actually. And because of the mistake, I made so much. Like, check this out, I'll show you. Yeah, so if you come down here, right, this is another, because of the inflation or whatever report that came out, this thing got absolutely smashed to oblivion. And I had a position that was open right over here, completely just destroyed the stop loss and lost like 1 hour just in a matter of a few minutes. But anyway, so down here, I saw something interesting, right? So basically I start off at the 4 hour level, right? And if you see here in the 4 hour level here, it's at a pretty key level, right? There's a whole bunch of these orders over here, and again, by the way, I don't trade order block or anything. I just trade fucking logic, all right? So anyway, so the point is, I think it's called order block. So let me know in the comments if I'm wrong here. But when you come down here, right, and you look at the 15-minute, I had a position that was open. So this big position right here. Let me go to the daily so you can see. So this trade, whatever clause thing that I put here through TradingView, right? It was just a catch-up position. I put a 0.01 lot or whatever, something super simple, so it triggers and alerts me as well, right? And just to get your foot in the door in case you're sleeping and it runs on you, at least you have a little bit of skin in the game, right? So if you look at the 15-minute mark, it started to do some weird shit where it came down, right? But then it bounced back and then started to create a pattern. It started to draw like the patterns that I saw, and once it broke out, I wanted to get in basically at the bottom of that pattern. Now, actually, my usual entries are at the level where it's not right at the bottom, but the one before, just because sometimes it just runs on you. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess you can call it, I fucked up my position and I entered a position instead of like 0.01 or whatever. I entered like a full. Oh, sorry. Instead of 0.05, I entered like a 0.5 lot. So it ran, man. And I came up to here and I just got fucking greedy. And I lost. So anyway, I cashed out here. So I'm like, great. I was at like 3 to 4 R. So I was like, this is awesome, whatever. But when it came back down, and Euro USD does this weird shit where it ranges kind of like I was doing now, and I'll show you that in a second. And then it comes back down, tests it, and then bounces again. So I got in here, and it came back up. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to get another 3 to 4 R, right? I was up like, I think I 6x'd my account just on this one trade, which was entirely by accident. I don't trade like that. But once it came here, I just got greedy. I'm like, if you go up to the 1 hour, I'm like, all right, it's over here, right? It's got ways to go before any sort of like major level. Even here would be a sellable point. So why not hold? So I held it, and it absolutely smashed me, man. And my stop loss was like somewhere down here, and it fucking smashed me and went back up. So I'm back in with a super small position just to get my foot in the door or whatever, but I was down big. I was down big. But luckily, the same, and again, I will take that trade, 9 times out of 10, okay? Like when it starts making patterns and it goes according to it, that's all you can do. You can look for the patterns and you trade accordingly, right? If you're gonna pussy out every time, which I do sometimes, like in this case I was too greedy, and other times I pussy out. Like I had a Euro CAD trade right here, right? So I had a Euro CAD trade right here, and I absolutely pussied out here, man. I sold it like right over here, even though I knew that this right here at least was where I wanted to sell right here. Now I'm gonna buy, but I'll get to that after. But yeah, anyway, so it happens. But what I'm trying to say is, you've got to trade the patterns. If you see it, just go for it. Put a small position, whatever, go for it. I mean, that's how it is. The most people lose trading because their position size is too fucked up. Ironically, like how it happened to me on EU. But anyway, so how I made it all back was actually through gold. Gold does the same shit. It does patterns. Watch this, okay? So 1 hour. Actually, forget the 1 hour. Start with the 4 hour, right? Go with the long-term thing. And you see it's like clearly an uptrend. You can even draw a channel right over here, actually. It's a pretty nice channel. And it's kind of testing what it looks like the bottom of the channel here. And you see here, like I failed this fucking trade. This one I passed, and I had a massive trade before, which I'll make another video about. But gold likes to make a lot of patterns too. So if you see here, it started to test down, right? So when I go down to the 1 hour, I saw that it kind of double topped a little bit over here, right? And this almost looks like a head and shoulders, but I feel like this is too separated. But the idea is that when it came back to test this previous high over here, I shorted it and actually got a pretty good trade, like almost right before it started to move back again. And that cashed out. This I missed because I was expecting it to bounce back to this little area. But anyway, long story short, I looked over here and I was like, this kind of looks interesting. So remember, you gotta forget this side. You gotta forget all this shit, right? So at that point, it was only here, and I just went down to the smaller time frame. And I started looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of ranging over here, but it's ranging in a way where it's going higher high, a little bit of higher low, and so on and so forth. But it's creating a kind of triangle pattern. Broke out over here. And the coolest thing is I never buy the breakouts, because if it's going to break out, it has to retest at least to go back up. So what I did was I placed an order here, and this is overnight. I placed an order here for a super small position, and it locked it in and went in. And this is when I came up in the morning, and I was like, shit, it's in drawdown. But if you notice here, this is like, I guess what it might be a triple bottom or whatever. And if you notice, it's kind of forming a reverse head and shoulders, right? So it's going left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So what I did was I let it run here. I let it bounce here. Now, if it went back up, right, I entered a position right over here. Then I came down here, right? And when it retests, I entered like literally 2, 3, 4 positions. And I cashed out right over here. So actually, I should fix this chart thing. But yeah, I cashed out right over here, and I'm pretty much back to where I was. So if you see my trade log, where's my shit, man? History. Yeah, like look at this, right? So I made multiple R, and my 1 R would have been about like $15 to $20. I only trade small, guys. I mean, if I lose it all, at least I can pay for it more, right? But this is what I'm talking about. Look at this, $72. Instead of 0.05, put a 0.5. Fucking guy, man. It is what it is, Sometimes you win big, sometimes you don't. It is what it is. But I still think your USD is at a key level. So let's see what kind of patterns it shows up on the chart. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. I don't know. I feel like this is the kind of shit. This is how the day goes sometimes, right? Last week was notoriously bad too. I mean, the week before that, I made like 3 times my account size. But it is what it is. That's it for me. I'm just trying to log all my journeys through YouTube. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys disagree, feel free to hit me up, man. All right. Until then, you bloody degenerates. Hopefully you guys make a killing out there trading. Peace out.
Look, I just flipped the switch. I don't know nobody else is doing this. Body start to drop.